Top 10 climbers in video games. Minus Nathan Drake because I have an addiction. Yeah, Spider-Man's kind of an obvious pick for a list like this, but I had to include him because he's just too good at climbing. He's got different animations depending on what he's climbing on. They didn't just slap the same stock animation on there. He physically grabs whatever it is he's scaling. And the movement is really smooth also. You can go from swinging to wall running to diving, and he actually retains his momentum, so you get this gorgeous sense of flow as you travel around. I'm not sure how he got the ability to fly in the newest game. I can only assume that when he went away with Mary Jane in the Miles Morales game, he ran into a radioactive Bubsy and got bit by him as well. Let's just say Sly Cooper has got his hand in the cookie jar. You feel me? He's always making use of that 5-finger discount, if you catch my vibe. He doesn't really return his books to the library if you're picking up what I'm putting down. He steals things. That's what I'm saying. He's a little stealer boy. He steals keys, and he steals little bottles with notes in them that look like a pirate left them. He steals cars. Well, he stole my car. He stole my identity. He stole my RuneScape account. He stole my heart. He stole my wife. I don't even know where he's keeping her. I keep DMing him, asking when I'm gonna get her back, and he just keeps sending, "Wouldn't you like to know?" and a JPEG of a duck, so I hate that guy. Look, I'm not exactly trying to hide the fact that I suck at video games. If that was a crime, I have uploaded so much video evidence to this channel to lock me in Arkham Asylum for life. But I did mention before that I really like Celeste because unlike other hard games, you just respawn instantly. You don't have to sit there staring at your own reflection for 30 seconds thinking to yourself, wow, I really suck at this. I'm an enormous failure and no one likes me and I only have 1,000 subs. And a raccoon in a hat kidnapped my wife. Celeste is a game about a lady trying to climb a mountain, and everyone says that she can't do it. But guess what? She believes in herself, so she climbs that mountain anyway. And if you believe in yourself, you can climb a mountain too. Follow those dreams, cuz. I have a really weird connection with the Assassin's Creed franchise, cuz like, I don't like these games. I've never liked these games. Every time I put it on, I regret it immediately. The combat is basic. The world is bland. The story, what story? I don't even remember who the protagonist is. And yet, for some unexplained reason, the second I put the controller down, I immediately get Men in Black neuralized into thinking this franchise is somehow awesome. I know I'm gonna hate the next game in the series. I know what's gonna be in it. Exactly the same thing as this one, but with a new location, and maybe if you're good, you'll get some better water physics. But then I see the trailer for Assassin's Creed Bedrock, and I see him fighting raptors, and I think, but what if this one is the good one? Every single thing that The Last Guardian could possibly do wrong, it does so much worse than you could have ever guessed. There are literally minutes at a time in this game where you just have to sit and wait as Clifford the big dumb dog screws around with nothing to entertain yourself with. And I love it. I'm not even joking. I genuinely think that this dog was designed to be annoying and stupid on purpose to mimic like a real animal and not just like a generic NPC. Did they go too far sometimes? Yes. Double yes, actually. But if you think of this game as like a puzzle platformer, it objectively sucks. It's a lot better if you consider it to be a pet simulator with an adventure mode attached to it. Also, the unnamed protagonist boy has the grip strength of an Olympic gymnast. It's incredible. If this dog training thing doesn't work out, he absolutely can pivot careers. Shadow of War is what Assassin's Creed thinks it is. Most of this game, you're just choosing orc captains, tracking them down from across the map, and then cha-cha, just putting them down. It's awesome. Or maybe not. Sometimes you get overwhelmed by just the literal army of nearby enemies, and you die or retreat, and they remember that when they see you again and bully you for it. There's like 1,000 different ways battles can end, and every captain has procedurally generated strengths and weaknesses and personalities, and it creates this web of outcomes that the game is constantly referencing. It makes all the assassinations so much more personal and interesting. The number one thing I want out of an open world game is just to have fun running around, and they delivered on that, so really, what more can I ask for? Alright, look, obviously the guy in the pot from Getting Over It isn't the best at climbing, but if you consider that his legs are permanently glued to the inside of a cauldron, you gotta admit he's doing pretty dang good. I mean, he's scaling up a mountain using nothing but a hammer as a pogo stick, so the fact that he can move at all, he gets a thumbs up for willpower. On an unrelated note, are you familiar with the torturous punishment of Sisyphus from ancient Greek mythology, where a guy is forced to roll a boulder up a hill for all of eternity, only for it to roll back down just before he reaches the top? Just curious. Sometimes it's not how you climb, but what you climb. And the dude from Shadow of the Colossus, I think his name is Wander, climbs on giant stone robots. Honestly, the real fight isn't between this dude and the Colossuses. It's a fight between me and my patience, because this game just doesn't work. It literally doesn't work. Every boss requires you to get their attention and kind of exploit their attack patterns in some way to confront them. But because this game is made by the same folks from The Last Guardian, the AI is all completely screwed. Except without the cute doggo, so I don't have any patience for it. Honestly, this isn't a bad game at its core. It's a really great one when it actually manages to function. But those moments are few and far between. Normally, I would suggest a remake where they just fix the controls, but I got news for you. This is the remake. In fact, it's the remake of the original remake. They re-released this game for the PS2, PS3, and the PS4, and they're probably gonna re-release it again for the PS5. And I don't want to be a pessimist or nothing, but statistically speaking, it's still not gonna work. The Force is a very mysterious power in the Star Wars films. Usually it just helps people move stuff with their minds, and I get that it increases your agility and speed to an extent, but in the Star Wars Jedi games, it straight up metamorphs Cal Kestis into basically the true American ninja warrior. This guy runs on walls, double jumps, he can climb on ledges and stuff. In the new game, he's a grappling hook and a dash ability. He's basically a human pinball, just bouncing around all over the dang place. It's remarkable. Cause I understand having heightened balance and weightlessness and all that stuff if you're really in tune with the Force, but it's a whole other situation when the Jedi are full on just treating gravity like it's an option. The original Mirror's Edge is basically the most speedrunnable thing I've ever played. Not so much in the sequel, but definitely in the first game. It'll always tell you a way to get to the end, but never the fastest way. And if you want to get a shorter time, you gotta replay the level again and again and again and experiment with your moveset to figure out what shortcuts are possible. Your moves are always so basic, but so versatile that if you really push the limits and test the boundaries, you can get creative and find shortcuts that I feel like not even the developers probably considered. The one thing that I would say is holding it back from being an absolutely perfect platformer is just how often your momentum just dies once you do certain moves. You do a roll, your momentum is killed. You climb a pole, your momentum is killed. You listen to Billy Joel, your momentum is killed. That last part isn't real, but it rhymed. Unlike Sonic or even Spider-Man, like I mentioned earlier, Faith Connors doesn't really build up speed, and she doesn't really transfer her momentum between moves. So instead of this constant flow of movement, even pro speedrunners, if you watch them, just come to a screeching halt once every 30 seconds when they're playing this game. Not in any way a bad game, far from it, believe me, but if I could find a mod or something to fix the momentum and really keep my movement as I go, it would really push the game over the edge. Yeah, I'm pretty clever for that one, I gotta admit it. I don't know why there are so many climbers in video games. I don't know why that is such a prevailing thing. I can only assume it's because developers just don't know what to put in their game, so they're like, well, just give them a wall to jump on. They'll love that. The gamers will eat that up. And they're right, I will eat that up. I'll slurp it up like macaroni and cheese. It's fantastic. I'm trying out a new format with this video, as you guys can tell. Normally, my top 10 lists take a month apiece, so hopefully by sort of doing it a little less scripted, a little bit more loosey-goosey, a little bit more jazzy, a little more improv-like, it's gonna help me to make these videos a lot faster. If you like this kind of, video, let me know. And if it's your first time on my channel, you should probably know that I'm not going to tell you to like or subscribe, but if you do enjoy this video, which I'm assuming you did because you're still here, then I will literally never show up in your recommendations ever again. I'm like Halley's Comet. I show up like once every 10,000 years in your recommendations, and then I'm gone for good. So if you want to like, subscribe, or bookmark this page, now's your chance. This is your final warning.